Hi, friends. So life got a little messy and I took a little creative break, but I am back with the makeup, the new makeup, and the receipts and some life updates. So sit back, grab a cup of whatever you feel like drinking this morning, afternoon, whenever you're watching it. And we're going to go from this to this. Here we go. New Jones Road. It's always the most popular content over here. This is the Everyday Sunscreen Broad Spectrum SPF 30. This is not tinted. This is an untinted option. They do have other shades available in this. I'm just looking at their website right now. And they sent me untinted. I kind of wish I had received other shades as well, but I can buy them. This is possible. It's $42, 1.7 fluid ounces, and there are 5 options, 4 of which are shades. And they're like light. Anyway, so I'm going to give it a shot. I have the ingredients listed out here. I just want to see if beta-lactyl salicylate, like a pro would say, it's in there. Man. Okay. So that's going to probably be a deterrent for some of you. So I thought we would just kind of sit down, try this out. I have a couple of cream foundations. One you asked about. I'm going to give you an update and try a newbie. But I want to see what this does. So 15.9% zinc is inside of this little puppy. Plastic container, similar to their bronzer, the gel bronzer. I'm not really a fan of this container and the squeezy tube. That is super personal. Yeah, so moving right along. Let's just squeeze her out. It's holding. This is not a wet formula. I have a feeling we're going to see a white cast here. Again, first impressions, of course. Creamy. I will talk to you about what's going on my hand, by the way. Sorry, look away. But it looks way better than it used to. That was about a pea size. This feels like a sunscreen. It's a little thicker. It's definitely tackier. It's not sticky. It's just, you can feel it. It's moisturizing for those of us who want hydration. I suppose this is, if you get it untinted, you can wear this and then put makeup on top. I like that. I prefer that. Sometimes you get a little bit more control in the situation, but another pea size up here, there's lots of different rules. You can do 2 fingers worth. You can do a teaspoon worth to get the amount of protection that you'll need. I do have a lot of information about butylactyl salicylate because it came up about the Merit tinted sunscreen. So if you want to check that out, I will link to that product review so you can see like my little deep dive into that ingredient. But it's a controversial ingredient and I can certainly understand why people don't want to use it. It can be a booster for SPF, a little bit misleading. There's a lot of other things. So check that out if you want to. I'm going to leave this on. It's actually kind of sinking in a little bit. It feels like a moisturizer, goes onto the skin, grabs, holds, does its thing. Very different from their tinted moisturizer. This is a little bit lighter weight, a little bit more opacity, I would imagine, than this. It sounds like this is going to be a little bit more of a sheer option. Maybe the competitor here could potentially be something like the Ilia, but this is not giving me, we are a hybrid sunscreen, yada, 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 meets skincare. So yeah, I don't know. I'm going to give it a shot. I wish I had a tinted one to try, honestly, so I'll probably have to get that. Have you heard of this? Have you tried it yet? What do you think? Let's see how makeup goes on top of it, because that's also a really nice test. One of my favorite things to do is apply a untinted SPF with high coverage, and then I'll use spot coverage with like a concealer or a cream foundation, which is a beautiful little segue into the cream foundations. I used to never use cream foundations. Cream foundations to me seemed like they were costume makeup. It always felt really, really thick and heavy. And that's because I had no idea how to apply these little suckers. So this is the new one. This is from a brand called No Makeup Makeup. They sent this. Monica Blunder also sent this. Products are sent to me. I buy them too, but every time somebody sends me a product, I very clearly state that this is not going to be reviewed necessarily. It doesn't guarantee any traction or exposure to this audience. And a lot of the stuff doesn't get here because some of it irritates my skin, which is just too bad, so sad, but I can't give it the best test, or I just do not like what I'm seeing. I don't like the company or the ingredients. That's super rare. And sometimes I will drop you a line on that because I know it's helpful to see what doesn't work as well. Sometimes I don't do it and it's just back on the website because it can be a little bit volatile out there. like legally speaking. So this is the Monica Blunder. This is in shade 3. I have a full review on this back on the website, full scorecard. I'm going to put that on this side, and I'm going to do the no makeup here. I'm actually going to buff this out a little bit. I liked it. Haven't been reaching for it. That's the honest truth. Have not been reaching for it. The finish on here, something about it was not wearing very well. But I like to come back to these products and revisit. I have other cream foundations that I really like. You can see them back on the site. You can see them on this channel for sure. I'll put links to those playlists as well. But I remember really liking the coverage. So you're getting a nice evening out. It's not thick. Is it as good as some of my other favorites? I did a test between Sneaky Balm, the Salt New York Sneaky Balm, and then the Mom Beauty. Check that out. Again, I will put a link to that below. Those are 2 really good contenders for combination skin, mature skin, lighter cover, whatever you want. So I've liked it. You got to go really, I have to go really light on this. I can't say what you're going to have to do because I don't know. I don't know what your skin is like. Tell me. Have you tried it? Do you love the Monica Blunder cover over lover? Okay, so this is interesting. So no makeup, flex shade technology. This is from, if you grew up in the 80s or 90s and you know who's the name behind this? Hold on. No makeup. Victoria, I want to say Victoria Jackson. Victoria Jackson. Listen, if you know, you know, she was kind of a big deal. She was a pioneer in beauty. She's back and she has no makeup. So this was sent to me. They sent me the brush. I actually didn't really love their brush. Personal call again. But this is in shade light. It's very peachy for light. And it is what also comes with a sponge in there. I rarely use a sponge. If you want fuller coverage, do it. There's lots of silicones inside of this one. It is supposed to be a cream balm formula that effortlessly conceals, corrects, and camouflages. 4-in-1 color corrector, redness corrector, concealer, foundation, flex shade technology. It's one of those that says it adapts to your skin tone. Cool. Will remain open. So I have tried this already. This is not my first impression. And the coverage here is very, very strong. It's too golden yellow for my skin. It's just the flex shade is not flexing. I don't know if it can flex enough for this, but it actually on the camera looks okay. This, if you get up close to it, I'm going to the window and you're going to see what these look like in natural sunlight. Okay, I wanted to give you some natural light. Everything's unretouched. Monica Blunder on this side. No makeup on this side. So let's zoom in. The finish is velvety, but it almost accentuates the pores. I think less is more on really any cream foundation, but the coverage is absolutely there. No makeup. It's just a little heavier than I would like, which is par for the course. Again, with these cream formulas, I think buffing, maybe pre-buffing on the hand would help in terms of application. I will keep playing with them. I've played quite a bit with applications, still not loving. These aren't heavy. I would say the no makeup is actually feeling a little less moistury. Monica's feeling a little thick. But I put a couple of layers on and I built these both up. Here's the last one, Monica. No makeup. I wanted you to get the natural light comparison because I feel like that's the real deal. Okay, bye. It's looking kind of good today though. The first time I tried it, I thought, wow, no makeup. This looks like a lot of makeup on my skin. So as I always say, application matters. When I was using their brush, they do a lot of this. There's like, I love an infomercial. I have always loved an infomercial. I always love a catalog. I don't buy things. It's like, I just like watching things. So of course, when I see them on an infomercial or a QVC, because like really, I don't see a ton of infomercials. I'm not awake at that point. More about that in a second. They're like this, ooh, painting it on, and then it looks perfect on the model's skin and effortless. No, ma'am. We are seeing polka dots. So we can't do that. That doesn't work for me. That's not to say it's not going to work for you in that type of application. But if you have combination skin, if it's dry, if it's all over the place, right? oily. I think the pressing in is the way to go here. And then when you use a cream foundation and you go like this, and you can see you stretch the skin a little bit, you can see how it melts into the skin. Listen, it's a very technical testing process, okay? We are serious over here about how we test. But that's kind of one of the things that I do when I'm in the natural light. And you got to give it a minute to melt into the skin's oils. I'm going to put the blender up top on the forehead here. Look at that. That's very strong opacity. Once it settles into the oils, you see a little bit more of a blend usually. However, when I can stretch or move my skin around and not see settling texture, polka dot pores, anything like that, I know I'm mixing the products in one brush, but this isn't a full scorecard review for either of these. I just wanted you to see the comparison and see how the Jones Road works underneath of them. They're not thick. They're not heavy products. They actually do feel very lightweight. A lot of that has to do with the application. You're seeing really decent coverage here, I think. You tell me. It's the finish on both of these that from the jump, Monica Blender has a better finish for me. I also like the shade better and the option, but the no makeup finish just does not blend into my skin. I will still test it. It is very strong coverage, medium to full coverage. It's interesting as a product. There's just so many cones. I wasn't blown away by it, and it felt like I was wearing costume level makeup for me. For some people, it might be fine, but yeah, I'm going to complete the look. But let me know what you think. It is being tried over the Jones Road for the first time. I did think that that wasn't going to be an issue at all. I tried these over a lot of different products, tinted SPFs, plain old moisturizers, other SPFs, whatever. I haven't tried them over oil. I wouldn't recommend that. Just saying. But they worked well with almost everything I threw at them. The Jones Road seems to be a fine base for me. I can feel it. I can feel it. Oh yeah. You can feel it. It's like a traditional sunscreen, except it has that butyloctyl salicylate that we kind of don't like, I guess. I don't know. I don't know how I am about it yet. I haven't made up my mind. I haven't made up my mind, but I respect everyone's opinions on this thing. And I think it's fair to question it. Does seem a little bit off. I'm going to complete the look and give you a little bitty life update. You know, I was turned 45 and I was like, I'm going to do 45 days of YouTube. I think I could have done it. I think I probably would have lost my mind by the end of it. It was a lot. It did kind of ironically shake me out of a creative rut and open my eyes to the fact that I was, getting kind of tripped up with my own strategy. So that was good. I got 7 days, I think, maybe 8. I might not have published the 8th day. But life has been rocked a little bit over here. The cat we're still in it. We're getting improvements. When we are through this debacle with my boo-boo, I will talk about it. I'm not even like, I don't want to jinx anything. That's where I'm at right now. But what happened was she's lost a lot of weight. She has GI issues. She's a beautiful baby Siamese cat that I adopted. If you don't know, now you know. Her name is Blue. And I have learned a lot about cat food and pet food. And it's really funny. Like, I was tracking her. I was filming. I was tracking her. I had a friend in town. I was editing every day for at least a few hours. It was a lot. And it was all pretty good because I really do enjoy the get ready with me's. But one morning I was waking up because part of this process has been learning that she needed for a month or two, she needed early morning food or else she would get sick. This is almost like if an adult has acid reflux or something like that. Vets didn't tell me that. I now have 2 vets that I play off of each other. It's a whole thing. They're both great. They're wonderful. It's just nice to have different opinions. And I figured that out because when you're close to your animal, if this is going to the person who's like, whatever, it's a cat, you're not going to get it. But if you are connected and if your pets are like family, you'll get it. So I was tracking her and I was learning this whole feeding ritual. Went up to feed her at, I think it was 3:30, 4. On average, I was waking up around 4. I'm running on maybe 5, 6 hours of sleep. You saw a few of those videos where I was like, man, I haven't slept. I hope I can form sentences. And once I turn the lights on here and I start talking, it's like I get this boost of energy, which is wonderful. But I was very, very sleep deprived. I had stopped working out as much. I wasn't into the gym as much. Everything that I have built up, the routines that I've built up to care for myself were gone. And I was walking down the stairs. I have 2 sets of stairs and I bit it. I fell down the stairs. I'm not going to dwell on that with you guys. I am okay, but I am just bruised. Luckily, I fell on my butt. My butt has cushion. So but there's bruises everywhere. And as it happened, I was thinking, it was so early. I was like, man, my neighbors must be like, what the hell just happened? The cat, who has been under the bed a lot lately, in and out, comes out from under the bed even, and she's like, right? And that was for me a wake-up call that, first of all, I need sleep. Called my friend. Just, it was really tough. And so I called her. I had somebody I could talk to about it. Knew I needed sleep. Knew I had totally lost myself in tracking the cat. And that's what I had been doing for the last week when I was offline here. It also helped boost my creativity. But it was fascinating because I just kind of stopped everything and my energy started changing. I went to the yoga class I said I'd been going to. I wanted to go to for months. I went into breath work more. I ate. I drank water. I just took a break. It was a physical break. I had bruises all over my body and I was like, what's it going to take? What's it going to take for me to realize that not only am I hurting myself, but my friend said this to me, she goes, if you're going to take care of yourself, you're actually taking care of those around you that you love, the cat, my family, things like that. Which it, but when you get crazy into it, you know what I mean? I lost sight of it all. And I get really obsessive about these things like my tracker, and it helped me so much, but it also hurt me. So anyway, that's what I've been doing. Falling downstairs. How fun. What fun. I'm very lucky that nothing was injured. I'm very lucky that I could use it as a wake-up call. Please don't let yourself have to fall downstairs to have a wake-up call. Be smarter than I was. And that's why I've been taking some time off. Haven't been answering any questions, things like that. One question that did come through about the Monica blender, by the way, am I still using it? No, I haven't been reaching for it. It's just not at the top of my list. That's my honest BS-free response to that, which you're always going to get over here. But that was like a very condensed version of that. So that's the life update. We are figuring it out. And I feel like, man, the yoga class, I did a yin yoga. Does anybody know what yin yoga is? If you do, great. If not, you can Google it. It's really just poses, relaxation poses, and sitting in your breath. And if you're an anxious person or you're stressed, it's fascinating to see how much you squirm. 15 minutes in was like, why did I do this? What am I doing? Why am I here? Why am I putting myself through this? And then by the end of it, I walked out of there and you would have thought I was like the mayor of Franklin, Tennessee. I was like, hey, how's it going? How you guys doing? There's a shift that happens in a yoga class that I don't experience from my gym group or anything like that there. So I pushed myself to get back on the mat. And I don't always love it, but this time, my nervous system said, thank you. So I'm putting myself first. I'm scaling back on the videos. However, I love the battles still. I think they're really helpful. I know solo reviews are very helpful for you as well. So I will have more of those. And the get ready with me, we're connecting on that front a lot. And I really love the format, as you know. So I will keep those in the loop. I'm thinking of doing Sundays and Wednesdays, because Sundays you guys usually catch on Monday, and then Wednesday you'll have the week to watch. And that's where I can put in multiple updates for new reviews if I don't have solo videos, because I can't do a solo video for every product. That would be, until I have a robot. I'm going to get a robot and then we'll do that. But that's probably in like 10 years, maybe 5, maybe 2 at this rate. I like this lip gloss. Jillian Dempsey. Just a nice ballet pink lip gloss, sometimes it's just really nice. So let's do a touch test on the face. I feel no irritation, by the way. Jones Road has been really good. That's what this is. I felt when I fell down the stairs, I grabbed and it went up, it scraped up against the wall. Sorry if you're wincing. I can't see it, but it's funny because I was like, hello. I was at that point where I'm not really, I've mentioned it, I'm not religious necessarily, but I believe in something greater. And I believe it's cool as long as you're not hurting other people, I'm okay with it. But I remember being like, before that night, I was like, what's wrong? What do I need to do? You hit that level of frustration. You're going to do anything. I'm like, do I need a cat hypnotist? What does she need? What does she need? And I remember like looking around, I don't know who was asking, like my loved ones who had passed or guides, whatever. And I've done that before. And sometimes I think it just taps me into my intuition. Man, if that's something I've learned, it's listen to your gut again, loud and clear. And I didn't hear anything. And then I fell. And then it's funny because right after I fell, I kind of smiled. I was in a lot of pain, but I was like, this is the Swede Miracle Powder. Do you like that detour? It was a little abrupt, but this is the Swede Miracle Powder. And the more I try it, in the beginning, I would try this. This is tinted, loose, obviously, very finely milled. Has a little bit of like, hey, I'm a little shimmery. There's no glitter. And in the beginning, I was like, I don't know why I would use this. You may remember, you may not. That's fine. I've been using it a lot. It feels nice on the skin. Some of them dry me out. This doesn't. I'm going to give you one discovery at the end now that we've completed the look. The plus about this is it took away some of the tackiness and some of the glow, but it doesn't take away a lot. So if you're looking, that was another question I received. If you're looking for a hydrating powder, I'm not going to say this is one of the ones that's baked. That's like the Kosas, and there's a couple. I'll look into it. It was a great question. They wanted to know what a hydrating powder is for mature skin that doesn't dry it out. It's a top-notch question, one I receive quite often. That powder did something good. Did it not? Is it just me? Something happened there. It is called Miracle Powder, and in the beginning I was like, not a miracle, but reconsidering. Anyway, I totally lost track of what I was saying. I wish you guys were here and could be like, you were talking about this, but I don't know. But I'm going to give you a discovery either way. I think I was finished with the powder. We're moving on. This is like my relaxed brain now. She's back in California. NorCal, Northern. Not Southern, Northern. Southern's not LA, but like San Diego. Almost too relaxed for me. I was like, what do I do? Because I was raised by New Yorkers. So Northern California is really my jam. I'm tapping into that energy. Not Silicon Valley, too tense. Pacifica, if you're aware, you're probably nodding. The discovery is Emma Lewisham. I am not being paid to say any of this, but I'm just going to reiterate that. This is the Illuminating Oil Face Cleanser. Credo is a brand that I love. They're a retailer that I really happen to love. They were one of the first. Them and Detox Market really helped me out in the beginning. They sent this to me, the full line. I have this, and I have the face cream, and I have an eye cream, I believe, as well. The truth is, this has been sitting around because my skin has been so reactive. So I felt terrible, but I never also promised that I can try everything that is sent. So I give it away to friends or family. I need to do more giveaways here. That's coming because you got to put it out there. You know what I mean? I'm also not opening everything when I receive it. So it can be a giveaway. Before I was opening everything and testing it and whatever. So these have been great. I'm liking this a lot. This cleanser is an oil cleanser, but it's lightweight. It is phenomenal. It is so good. It removes everything. I woke up in the morning one day after nighttime cleanse, woke up, did gua sha, and wanted to remove the oil before trying a product that I knew would it mix with oil. Used this oil cleanser, clean washcloth, more makeup came off. So obviously I needed to double cleanse the night before. This removed the makeup. My skin was not dry at all, not oily. It's not an oily oil cleanser. It is gorgeous, and it felt moisturized afterwards. So Credo, thank you so much. I would have never purchased this. I would have never seen it. New Zealand based and worth a look. Worth a look if you're interested in skincare kind of things. You guys know I don't talk about it all the time here, but that is the discovery of the week. last week. So I will look into this further. If there's anything from this group besides what I've already reviewed that you want to see, let me know. Links to every product will be below. Thanks for bearing with me as I took that week off just to kind of reset. And I did stick to the last video I posted. I said my 111, one swap once a day for 1 week. I'm working on the 15,000 steps. It's kind of kicking my butt, but it's making me feel great. So that's what's happening this week. That's what's going right now for me. I'm not going to do 3 things because I'm at the end of the video and I think we want to wrap it up. But if something's going right for you and you want to share it, let me know. And a couple of you have commented that you are also struggling with your furry loved ones, fur babies, whatever you want to call them, the ones that are like family to you. And I just want you to know that my heart goes out to you deeply. It can feel very lonely and isolating at times because you're just like, why won't you talk to me? Tell me what's wrong. And the vet's running tests and stuff like that. I'm going to do a video whether anybody wants me to or not once we are through this, because I think it's going to help some people that are in the position that I was deeply in about a couple of weeks ago. I just want to stabilize and normalize first before I do it, because every day is different over here. So thank you so much for the well wishes for Blue. I appreciate that. I believe energy and words have a lot of power. Words specifically hold a lot of energy and power. And I send it all back to you, specifically those that are dealing with loved ones, human or animal, and caretaking. I didn't really think I don't think I understood. And this is a cat. I can't even imagine. So just take a second and just know that you're not alone in it. It's a parasocial relationship, but I'm sending it back to you. Hopefully it provides you with a little bit of a break in the chaos, a little bit of a break in the toughness, and some form of support from another human through a camera with a lot of makeup on her face. See you next time. Bye.